My name is Mark Kofi Jr., and I have quite a number of roles on this set. I'm told I'm directing this one, and I wrote the story. I think as Africans, we don't tell our stories ourselves, and therefore we don't control the narrative. If we allow Hollywood to tell our stories, I feel we lose something of ourselves. And as a people that have oral tradition as the way we pass on our stories, I think this is an opportunity for us in contemporary times to retell the stories that we've been told and the folklore that has been passed on to us by oral tradition. And I think this is part of what was the inspiration to tell a historical fiction that will be familiar to a lot of people, but also to plug a lot of gaps that people may not necessarily know about some of the stories. And of course, introduce our stories to people who haven't had a chance to appreciate our beautiful background. Yeah, I think we are on day 6 now. Yeah, I think we're on day 6. And a few of us within the company, Organized Khaoz, have been working tirelessly on pre-production. And I think at the last count, it was something like 18 months of pre-production. It seemed an arduous task. It seemed impossible to achieve. We were determined to tell the story and to tell it at the highest possible level to make sure that we were world-class and beyond. Over the last few months, and certainly over the last few weeks, I've met some great, talented professionals who have really helped me understand what possibilities there are in life. Actors that I had no access to, great filmmakers that have established themselves, have all come together, and we're working as a happy team, delivering amazing, amazing narrative. So production has been tough. We haven't really had much sleep. We will sleep when we get to heaven, but for now, it's go, 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 go. I'm not sure what you see in my background, but we are in a place called Ayenya. Ayenya is in the Osu-Shaidoku district. It's about 30 or 40 kilometers east of Accra. And I happened to have come here to do a documentary a couple of years ago and saw this orphanage, which was built by some international organization. And I thought, at the time we were developing the story, I thought this would be a nice backdrop. Challenges, we've had a lot of challenges. We've had challenges from making sure the story would hold up. There isn't much documented history of our people. Ngotsie has some writings, but a lot of what we needed to tell the story didn't exist. So I guess that was the beginning of the challenges. We wrote a story, and as the writer, some two-known writer, was putting this together, I realized that the narrative is so big, it's so broad, that we can't tell it all in this feature. First challenge, or one of the first challenges, was to try and decide which parts of the narrative or which parts of the story that we would not tell this time. That was a big challenge. But beyond that, the usual things, we're out in the woods, we're out in the sticks, far from home. So obviously, I miss my family. We don't have the usual amenities we are used to. That's a challenge. And there are lots of challenges, but let's say, these challenges have become insignificant because of the lovely people we have around us, the comradeship, the friendship, new friendships, some old acquaintances renewed. A lot of things on the set have made all these challenges insignificant. And the quality of work we're doing here with the amazing talents that we have, it's just a joy to be around these beautiful people. So maybe the answer is there are no challenges. When we did the auditions, one of my favorite scenes, and some of you will get to see this movie, Deception of Badu, when Detor finally unearths the story behind what Badu and Aga did. That was beautiful to see Solomon Fixinowu audition for and bring a completely different dimension to the imagination and the writing that we put together. So that was my favorite scene when we were auditioning. And now we've been shooting a lot of beautifully crafted frames. Kwame Bwedi is just a genius, and my own PKMI have combined to do some really amazing stuff. So the visuals are amazing. But I think yesterday we shot a scene that really made me feel human all over again. We shot the birth of Achuchala and Echechali. That was a tough scene to watch. My favorite character. Well, I think when I was writing, I fell in love with Detor because I didn't know anything about Detor. I found out about Amega Detor Aklomada during the research stages, So I fell in love with Detor because he gave me a different story to tell, and a story that would connect Ngotsie, King Agokoli, Jedua, King Aga, and a lot of the other names that we may be familiar with. But now, with all these beautiful women on set, I can't choose. I have doubled in front of the camera a couple of times, and very recently I was on a set for another fantastic movie, Bunny, a great director, and I met the assistant director, Jesse. And he really gave me a tough time. I mean, this guy gave me a really tough time on set. And a few months ago, PKMI, our DOP, shot a music video in my mom's house, and he showed up with Jesse, and I was like, how do you know this cat? This cat is a dangerous guy to have near you, So we renewed our acquaintances. Organized Khaoz being a small organization, we don't really have any resources. We are a team of 4. I thought immediately there will be nobody else I'd like on this set to be AD1 other than Jesse, Kenneth. I found out he's called Kenneth, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I've hugged everybody on the set, so that's easy. When I shoot to kill. And there's nobody here I'd want to shoot to kill. But slap, for sure, I would slap this writer. This writer has just made my life a torment, But yeah, there's so much love on this set. I'm really having a great time. This film is designed to tell the story of an African situation that is rich with Africanness. We're telling an African story in Ghana, and even though we're talking about the Ewe people, or the people from Ngotsie, I think this is an opportunity to show that we have plenty of stories, we have a lot to say, and a lot to say about our greatness. I mean, the power within us, the beauty around us, and the amazing resources that we have around us. The audience should expect to have their minds blown away and to see familiar people that they've seen perform in great shows, great movies, in a completely different context. Yeah, so audiences should be prepared to be blown away.
My nephew was murdered by Jedua, and I believe you were a witness to it. Now my sister is without a son.
Says he was King Agos. Says he was the soul of King Agos.
You are indeed very, very clever.
I keep referring to ourselves as a small organization, and we are a small organization. I think we are a mighty resource because our organization is able to connect with other great talents like we have around us. It's amazing how much power we can put together once we have a shared vision and a shared idea. But I think the idea is shared not because a writer wrote it. The idea is shared because there's a spirit that is pulling this story to be told. And it's bringing all these amazing components together in terms of resources, people, locations. Everybody just throws themselves into this and gives their all. I think there's something to be said about how great we are as a people and the amazing things we can achieve.
Yes, Dupi. It's our time. Shoot to kill?
Aim for the heart.
That would be my parting words. Shoot to kill.